two generic business level strategies that are important to remember. Rather low, very low compared to industry standards. That way, Walmart can save some money on that. It's controversial, but it is true. And even senior executives fly on the coach level and take bus wherever possible instead of taking limos. And they even share a hotel room with colleagues. I think that is too much. But that's how much the company encodes the culture of frugality in every activity of the firm's operations. But importantly, Walmart was not stingy in investing in important IT technology. So, for example, Walmart owns the biggest private satellite in the world, which helps the company process the data with their vendors and customers that can tremendously helpful to reduce costs in the long run. So all in all, when you want to pursue the cost leadership strategy, you will need to know what resources and capabilities, RNCs, you have first, and see if those RNCs can help organize all of the activities to lower cost. If you can't achieve this consistency among activities, then probably it may be difficult to achieve cost leadership. So always remember, it is easier said than done. As a manager, you will have to have a more specific idea about how to organize your company's RNCs to achieve the goal of cost leadership. Okay, let's take some quizzes. Okay, so we covered how to lower cost to maximize the economic value created by the company. The second business level strategy we are going to learn is differentiation strategy. As we already discussed, the way for doing this is to increase buyers' maximum willingness to pay so that your company can charge higher. It's pretty straightforward to understand. The key to successfully pursue this differentiation strategy is to have some unique features so that the consumers have higher perceived differentiation of the products of your company. This perceived differentiation really helps consumers have higher willingness to pay. So let's look at this illustration. Let's compare firm A and firm B first. As you can see here, the value level for firm B is much higher than firm A, while their cost structure is about the same. So with the higher level value, firm B can create much greater economic value. They can charge higher price for the product they offer to consumers, and they can create more higher profit compared to firm A. So firm B is a leading and differentiator. Let's compare firm B and firm C together. This time, firm B and firm C have the same level of value. So compared to firm A, both firm B and firm C provide higher value for the company, for the consumers. But when we look at the cost structure here, firm B does have even lower cost structure here. Usually, as I mentioned earlier, it is really difficult to achieve the two goals at the same time, enhancing the value and lower the cost at the same time. But somehow, compared to firm C, firm B has a lower cost structure here that really made firm B stand out between the two. So in this case, we call this firm B more like a blue ocean strategy pursuer, but we are going to talk about this more briefly later. And there can be many different ways to increase value for the company, but most importantly, it's really straightforward to think about. If you have a really unique and great product, and the features are really good, and then you can increase the perceived value of the products from the perspective of consumers. Then in order to do so, usually, you will need strong R&D capabilities, which can take extra costs for the company. If you have excellent customer service, that can really increase perceived value for the company by consumers. If you have really good compliments, then you can increase perceived value. So for companies who pursue these differentiation strategy, they usually spend a lot of money on advertising as well, because by doing so, they try to build or increase the perception about their products and service. So let's take a look at this advertisement by Mercedes-Benz. Men talk about women, sports, and cars. Women talk about men inside sports cars. So they don't really talk about any detailed features of the cars, but they try to build some image about the products, or even the consumers who buy these products. Let's take a look at this. Congratulations to Audi for winning South African Car of the Year 2006 from the winner of World Car of the Year 2006. So BMW here tried to differentiate their cars from the peer cars Audi, in saying that their cars are better than their competitor. And then there is a response from Audi to BMW. Congratulations to BMW for winning World Car of the Year 2006 from the winner of 6 consecutive Le Mans 24-hour races. So here Audi responds to this ad by BMW, saying that their technical attributes are far better than BMW. And then another car maker dived into this competition, like this war. Well done to Audi and BMW for winning the beauty contest from the winner of the 2006 International Engine of the Year. So Subaru tries to differentiate from all these other peers by saying that their engine is really, really good compared to their competitors. And then here we go. Wow. Which ad do you think was most powerful and effective? I think this one is, right? They don't even say a word. It doesn't even say a word. But I think it's really powerful and really helped build the image of Bentley cars. Very luxurious. It's really out of their league. So yeah, in reality, many luxury players, companies that sell luxury products really spend a lot of money on promotion and advertisement marketing to really to make this distinct identity to enhance the value, perceived value of their companies and offerings. So here they hire a lot of celebrity to promote their offerings, and so forth. But here again, just like the cost leadership strategy, if you want to pursue the differentiation strategy, you will also need to first identify what resources and capabilities you have and see if these RNCs can really help increase the value of the company. And all the activities of the company's operations need to be closely and coherently orchestrated and organized to achieve this consistency and achieve the goal of increasing the perceived value of their companies and offerings. If you don't have this consistency among the activities, and then it's always, again, easier said than done, and you will not really achieve the goal of enhancing the perceived value of the company and your offerings. So let's take a quiz. Okay, so we learned about two different generic business level strategies so far, cost leadership and differentiation. And there's always this pros and cons and trade-offs of the two strategies. So you always need to understand the differences between the two and see what RNCs your companies have to achieve either of the business level strategies to create competitive advantages within a given industry. Okay, the last topic of this video. Can firms become a cost leader and product differentiator at the same time? Which means, in other words, can firms implement cost leadership and product differentiation at the same time? What do you think? Yes or no? Maybe? Yeah. So many people say that, it's really difficult to actually achieve cost leadership and differentiation at the same time, because usually if you want to increase the value or perceived value of the products of your company, then you will need to spend a lot of money on either R&D or marketing, yeah, and so forth. So usually we say that the value creation and cost tend to be positively correlated. The higher the value, the higher the cost. Right? But sometimes, not oftentimes, but sometimes it is possible to achieve achieve the cost leadership and differentiation. And if you do so, then we call this company pursuing blue ocean strategy. So the companies that pursue blue ocean strategy combines differentiation and cost leadership activities very successfully so that they can increase the buyer's maximum willingness to pay while at the same time lowering their cost in general, so that the economic value creation, this part, becomes even greater. So that's about the blue ocean strategy. And the metaphor of blue ocean means an untapped market space compared to red ocean, where there's so many players fighting against each other. So in the blue ocean, if you achieve this blue ocean, that means that there is a newly created demand by yourself, so that you can enjoy the monopolistic advantage there, because you're the only one that creates this new market by enhancing the buyer's willingness to pay while lowering the cost. So if you could successfully pursue blue ocean strategy, and there is a high chance that you can enjoy this high profitability. But again, usually, most of the times, companies who try to achieve the two goals at the same time, like cost leadership and differentiation, usually they fall stuck in the middle and fail to achieve competitive advantage. So it's really hard to pursue this blue ocean strategy. And to give you a little hint, Trader Joe's is one of the few companies that successfully achieved this blue ocean strategy. So that's about it. So today we learned about two generic business level strategies. One is cost leadership, the other is differentiation. And the successful combination of these two strategies is called blue ocean strategy, but usually it is really rare that companies can successfully pursue this blue ocean strategy. All right. Thanks for watching.